let's get started here with Brown Eyed Girl. And let me turn my iTunes off here. All right. Just going to do the intro here. I'll have a part 2 on that site eventually. So right now I'm uploading a lot of stuff you guys want, so you can check that out. All right, here's the first little section to this. All right, so let's learn that first. And listen to the recording if you haven't. I mean, who hasn't heard this song? But listen to it. It's Brown Eyed Girl. And what we want to do is take the top 2 strings, the high strings, they're closest to the floor here. This is the high E string. The string is next to it is the B string. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm playing thirds on the guitar. And right here I have my middle finger is on the 8th fret of the B string. So if we count up from down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th fret will not have a dot in it. It's an even number. So 8 there on the middle finger. My pointer finger is going to be on the high E on the 7th fret, okay? So I got those 2. Now let's test them out one at a time. If you lean back like this, if you do that, you might mute the high E. So watch out for that. So get your fingers up, get on your fingertips, okay? And all you girls, make sure you trim your nails. You cannot play guitar unless you have trimmed nails on your left hand. Impossible. All right, there's the first thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move to our right. I'm going to move to my right, and you'll move to your right. And we're going to keep the same 2 strings. We're going to slide this finger over 1 fret to the right, which will put me on fret 8. But now I'm going to put down my ring finger here instead of my middle finger, and it's going to be a fret apart now. Okay, it's still a third, but it's a major third instead of a minor third. So there's a space in between. And I'm going to have fret 10 here on my ring finger on the B string. Now this finger is just on fret 8 here. So I want to test those 2 strings. Now you can do it 2 ways. You can lift up, you can go like that, or you can keep your middle finger down and just add that other finger. It's up to you. Okay, it doesn't matter if you keep this middle finger down, because whatever happens behind the lead finger doesn't matter. So that's up to you. I like to lift it up like that. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So those are the first 2. Here's the third one. We're going to take everything here, move it 2 frets to the right. 1, 2, and I've got it with 10 and 12. So I have for the third one. So let's put them together. 1, 2, 3. Back here. Ba bum bum is the rhythm. With my pick, I'm just doing all down strokes. Okay, now I'm going to go back the way I came. I'm going to go back to here and then back to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things to do. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. All right, now, and you want to make sure you don't slide. You don't ever make a mute in there. Lift these fingers a little bit as you're moving. So there's that space in between. Okay, so it's a little separated there. Now, for the next part, there we go. Okay, I was in the wrong place. Now, we're going to go up to here. We're going to do basically the same thing we did at the beginning of the song, the beginning of that. We're just going to start on fret 12 and 13 here, okay? So the 2 dots is 12. So I'm going to put my first finger, my pointer finger on the high E on 12. Going to put my middle finger on 13. They're right next to each other. It's a minor third. Okay? So there I am. Now I'm going to move to the right. Okay? And then to 13, right here with this finger. And then I'm going to put down my ring finger like I did before on fret 15. So I have 13 and 15. And I have this. Now it's not quite as far apart physically because the frets are closer together up here, right? So a little less room to wiggle around in. Then I'm going to take both fingers, move them to the right. 2 frets. 1, 2. And then I have it with 15 and 17. Okay, so the dot after the 12 is 15, and then this dot is 17. Okay, now I'm going to come back down the way I came up. So back to 13, 15, and then back to 12, 13. So I have, all right, so I start all over. Let's put it all together. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. There we go. Now I'm going to go back to the first way and do that way again. So go back and do this again. Alright, then after that we're going to do this. I'm going to slide down. We're still going to use the high E and the B. I'm going to have a 5 on the ring finger on the high E. And I'm going to have a 3 on the B. Okay, on the 3rd fret. Alright, so I got those two down. And then I'm just going to pick them both. 3 and 5. Almost done with it, okay? I'm going to go 2, 3, 5. Alright? High E string, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. And don't do this. Don't go. Okay? Use your fingers. Use all your fingers. Keep them down. Pointer, middle, pinky finger. Now let's put it all together, okay? Here's the first thing you do. Up here on what? 7 and 8. Second position. Back to the first way.